So I don't like scarf season. I just don't. The only time scarves work on guys is if they're emo or European. And the only time it works on girls is never. It's really gross. Look, you guys can judge me when you stop sneezing in them. I know you do. Look at all of you pretending like you were shocked. I can't tell you how many times on campus I've seen some girl in like one of those big puffy infinity scarves, and she's walking into the achoo, and then she just keeps walking. She just continues on with her life as if that's fine. Quit mixing your boogers with your Hogwarts house. Look, either wash your scarf in between snot shots, or quit judging me when I blow my nose in my tie. So my dad was a spy. That's not a joke, actually. That's true. He was a spy in Mexico until I was born. And he's really good at, you can't really tell, which is a good attribute for spies to have. You can't tell because it's been like 20 years. Like now he's like Jason Bourne mixed with secondhand lions. Like just imagine Jason Bourne, but after all that roof jumping caught up with his knees. And like wearing a Kool-Aid green polo. He's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith if they had never found out each other's secret and just settled into the suburban life. Like just imagine James Bond, but with like a deep passion for gardening and grilling. So he's usually really good at hiding it, but every once in a while something will just kind of like prod his memories and something will pop out like a jack-in-the-box of lethal information. Like one time we were watching a movie and he just paused it and spent the next 20 minutes describing to me in detail how to make pipe bombs out of common household items. Something about the Muppet Christmas Carol just puts that in his mind. And after he realized that he was the slughorn to my Tom Riddle, it's good to have you back, Harry Potter guy. After he realized he was the slughorn to my Tom Riddle, he followed it up with a hasty, and never do that. Good save, Spy Dad. As a teenager, it was kind of hard to have a dad who knew everything about you. Like when he found out I was sneaking out at night, it was okay, but then when he found out I was just going to Steak and Shake at 3 a.m., I got like a warm, paternal, I expected more from you, son. And now that I'm an adult, like, Spy Dad should be cool again, right? Wrong. Because now that I'm not hiding anything, he keeps looking anyways. And he's dangerous when he's bored. Like one time, in my first semester at BYU, I was a cute little freshman and I had my first college girlfriend and I was passing all my classes and I had gained 30 pounds of Cannon Center and everything was going great. Until one day, I got a text from one of my dad's burner phones. And all that was in it was a 9-digit number. And then he didn't text me back for 3 days. Does anyone want to guess what those 9 digits were? Go ahead. Coordinates? No, I checked. That would have been in Guam, so I hope it wasn't. Social Security number. I also checked that. I don't know, Ruth. It was my girlfriend's student ID number. Yep. And by the way, that's not hard to get. Don't be impressed with that. By the way, if you haven't switched your BYU information to private yet, please do so, because he probably found it just by you being in the same room as me. No, I wasn't impressed with how, but I was in awe of why. Why he not only found that, but sent it to me. Does anyone want to guess why? I have no idea. I have no clue. Like, this is just kind of messed up mind games my family plays with each other. My family is like if your parents were Jigsaw and all your siblings were Kevin from Home Alone. And you were also Kevin from Home Alone. So I couldn't just give him the satisfaction of asking. So I was like, all right, Dad, weird flex, but not okay. Can't just do that. So recently I was Skyping with my parents and they were asking the normal questions like, any big plans this weekend? How are midterms going? How is Lainey? Who is Lainey? You know, Lainey, she served in Chile. I served in Oregon. How should I know Lainey who served in Chile? Because you're dating her younger sister. And here's the thing. I knew that. I knew that my girlfriend's older sister's name was Lainey and served in Chile, but I hadn't even told them my girlfriend's last name yet, let alone the make, model, and color of her dad's truck. Oh, did I forget to mention that he just casually dropped the make, model, and color of her dad's truck? Because he did. And it's not like I asked. I wasn't like, hey, Dad, do you have any other unreasonably specific nuggets of knowledge about my girlfriend's home life? But he must have thought I did, because he just threw that out there as if that's a thing that people did. So later that night, I was talking to my girlfriend's dad, and he was like, well, I don't want this to seem like an interrogation. So how about I ask you a question, and you can ask me a question. What's your major? Mechanical engineering. How's your red 2002 Ford Ranger? So now I get to have awkward conversations with two dads. Yay! My dad getting that weirdness out of the way early actually had some perks, surprisingly. Like my girlfriend stayed. Like that's a woo for me. I don't know about for her. Like that says a lot about how hard she's willing to settle. Look, if that's not a deal breaker for you, I'm very concerned about what is. And I think it's just because she likes being able to hold that over my head. She likes being able to end every argument with, yeah, well, at least I didn't stalk your entire family after our first date. So you can shut your mouth about how I use my scarf.